3 ways to create sales conversations online. That's what we're talking about on episode 143 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Can't wait for you to join in the conversation. Hey, welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small,
Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to episode 143 and super welcome to you. Thanks as always for lending me your ears today. I know there are lots of choices out there and I really do appreciate you making my little podcast one of them. If you're a first time listener, then super welcome to you. Otherwise, welcome back. I've got a really great episode, just a solo episode, just me and you here today. I'm of course the host Jen Donovan, and it's my job via this podcast, social media, and just about everywhere else that I hang out to make your business life simpler, because I know that business can be hard and difficult and it's rarely easy, but it definitely should be simple or a little bit simpler. So that's why I have a podcast called Small Business Made Simple. Today, we are going to talk about sales conversations, and we are going to talk about creating sales conversations online. But before we get into that, I just wondered, have you been listening to my short episodes that drop on a Monday, like less than 5 minutes short? I'd really love to know if you're listening and enjoying that really super quick content. Marketing, as you know, is my jam, but it's also, all about testing and measuring. So that's what I'm doing. I'm testing and measuring whether or not people like really short episodes, such as what drops on a Monday, or whether or not they like a little bit meatier episodes, such as what drops on a Thursday, which is, of course, this one. So I'd love to know. You can drop into Like-Minded Business Owners Facebook group and let me know. Otherwise, send me a message or a DM. I would love to hear from you. So today, sales conversations and creating them online. There's 4 stages in a customer's journey. So basically, the first one is the attract phase or stage. Obviously, this is the stage where we're attracting new prospects with our content and our marketing. So we're kind of, filling that funnel with brand new people. And then, of course, the next stage is the nurture stage. And this is where we're nurturing our prospects in kind of like a holding pattern almost. And we're nurturing until they're ready to buy, or of course, ready to buy again, because some of our customers, can actually still be in the nurture phase as well, because they've bought from us and now we're nurturing them until they would like to buy from us again. Then, of course, we have the convert phase, which is of course where we take people from onlookers to buyers, and people actually part with their money in this phase. And then of course we have the fans. So our last stage is basically our fans, and I guess these become our biggest fans, and this is where word of mouth becomes a massive marketing tool for you, because your customers who are here, they love you, they love talking about you, they love talking about your products and the services and your brilliance and how absolutely delighted they are doing business with you. This is where your marketing gets super good and a little bit effortless in your on your behalf, because other people are spruiking about you and you don't have to spruik about yourself quite as much because of this group of fans. So today we're talking about 3 ways to get people from this holding nurture pattern into your conversion group, into the convert group, and of course, making a sale. I see it on social media all the time. People forget to ask for the sale, or they forget to ask people to come into sales conversations with them. So let's chat about 3 super simple ways you can start implementing into your marketing strategy and your content strategy to create sales conversations. So the first one is actually sending them to a specific funnel with a specific outcome. Now hold the eye roll from the word funnel. Stick with me. But at its most simple form, this looks like providing a link that you click on your content, which leads them to your website to take a specific action to come deeper into your world. For example, a link to a landing page to download your latest and most fabulous lead magnet that solves one of their biggest challenges or brings them great delight, which after they put in their email address and their name, puts them into an automated funnel. Depending on your business model, this funnel could consist of automated emails, it could consist of automated SMSs, or it could consist of phone calls that the automation is it reminds you that today is the day you need to make the phone call to X because they are that part of the funnel for you. And it could have all three of these elements in it. And yes, phone. I did say phone calls. It's an amazing sales tool. Pick up the phone to make the sales. You will be amazed at how that good old tool of the phone that we just seem to text on rather than ring people, it is a great sales tool. So your funnel needs to be set up, of course, with the end in mind. And the end in mind is, of course, you want to make a sale. So as your prospect sort of falls through the funnel, think about how you're going to create that sale with them. Yes, there'll be some nurture along the way. Yes, there'll be some really great value added along the way. But at the end of the day, we want to make the sale. So is it as simply as asking for the sale along the way? Well, it actually could be. In your email sequences, do you actually ask for people to click here to buy X? Especially if you've done this whole process with the end in mind of making the sale, maybe you've just actually forgotten to ask for the sale in any of your automated sales funnels. Or marketing funnels, I should say, as well. So have a think about it. What are your funnels doing that you've got set up in your business? Or what do you need to set up inside your business now? Thinking about the end in mind is the sale. So my second idea for creating sales conversations online is to get people into your DMs and create conversations over there. So DMs are direct messages. Getting people off your socials and into your DMs, into a messaging service, is a great way to have one-to-one sales conversations. And of course, get to know your customer and get to know the problems or the delight that they need from you. Of course, you'll need to nurture them in there depending on the sale or the conversation that you've actually started with, but you can talk to them directly to your prospect and understand their needs and their challenges and give them a saleable option. We all have our phones in our pockets or our phones very close to us these days. DMs is kind of like text messages, I guess, at the end of the day. We look at them, we read them. They don't often surpass us. It's not often something we don't look at. So, they're a great place to start having sales conversations. And you can create DMs via Instagram, and Facebook, of course, has Messenger. And LinkedIn, of course, has a messaging service as well. And telling people to simply hit reply to an email is another way of creating that direct message type of sales conversation as well. So if you want to stop talking to the many, so, you're posting on social media, yes, you're posting with your ideal client in mind, but really you are talking to many, and start having one-to-one sales conversations and start having them in your direct messages. And for those who think this isn't a great strategy, I would 100% say it depends on your target market. Some people aren't the target market for this, 100%. I agree with you there. But some of the most successful online people I know, including some clients of mine, use this strategy really, really well. And it actually makes being online profitable as they get to sell from their DMs, especially if they actually have a tangible product to sell someone. It's a little bit harder for a non-tangible product, but I do see my clients that have tangible products use DM strategies extremely well. So my third idea with creating sales conversations online is having a system to actually have someone book a call with you, like a discovery call or a connection call or something like that, depending on your business model, offering prospects a chance to chat to you one-to-one, either in person or via a platform such as Zoom, at their convenience and your convenience is super essential. Get yourself a booking system such as Calendly or Equidity. They have free offerings offerings too if you're just starting out in business. But if you're a profitable business, invest in the tech. It will change your life. Give that link out. So when you've created the link through the booking system, give the link out. And I actually like to make mine a Bitly link because I like that it's more easily trackable that way. I can see how many people have clicked on it and what days they've clicked on it and things like that. And offer people time to book a chat with you. Put it on your website in several places, just not one. Use it as PS in some emails that you send out. Put it on your email signature. Put it through your social content. If you need some help with this, book a time with me, click here. Face-to-face with your prospects, talking about their challenges and their roadblocks and allowing them to get to know, like, and trust you as a human face, as a, someone that they can actually see, sometimes touch if you're face-to-face, as opposed to if you're on Zoom, allows them to really see how you can help them, but it allows you to have great sales conversations and using what they are telling you is their challenges or their roadblocks back to them and offering them a solution for that. I'd say face-to-face sales are easier, but you need to have a bit of a system and know your audience, understand your branding and your values and your offerings and stick to them. Not every call is going to be a sale, 100%. But without a system for people to be able to book you for these conversations, you are 100% leaving money on the table. I had a sales conversation or a discovery call. People can book discovery calls with me. If you've been in my world for any length of time, you would know that, that's often talked about in my emails and my social media and through this podcast. But I had one the other day from a young girl and she just had a business starting out. She was still at school, but she just really wanted some help to sort of understand how she could get more traction online. So this amazing young girl with serious entrepreneurial, ability. She was not my prospect, but I was more than happy to have a conversation with her, for 20 or 30 minutes and help her out to let her know how I could help and, what and sort of tweak some things that she'd been doing. But she wasn't going to have the hundreds and hundreds of dollars to invest in working with me one-on-one. So sometimes you just need to know your audience. You need to know your offerings and stick to your business values and just realize that not every call is going to be a sales call. And that's just doing business. So obviously you don't want too many of those. You do need to screen people so that you aren't having conversations with people who are never going to turn into sales for you. But yeah, sometimes it's just the way the cookie rolls as well. So there you go. 3 ways to create sales conversations online. Get them into your DMs, get them into a specific sales funnel by clicking onto your website and downloading perhaps a lead magnet or something like that. And also, having a booking system that they can actually book a call with you and have a conversation with you and get to know, like, and trust you and understand how you could actually solve their problems or their roadblocks or, of course, completely delight them. So if you're interested in learning more about sales from a superstar expert, then go and listen to episode 96 of the podcast. Julia Hewitt was on my podcast. She has the best-selling system that she teaches to business owners, just like you and me, and her episode is really full of gold. So to find that, go to socialmediamarketing.com.au/96 and you will see it there. Otherwise, it will be in the app that you listen to podcasts. You just might need to scroll back a little bit because obviously this is episode 143 and that was episode 96. But before I finish off today, I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to go back over your content for the last month and write down every time you've attempted to create a sales conversation with your audience, either on socials or via email or in your marketing generally. Perhaps you've given links to a funnel, offered them to book a call with you, or asked them to, DM you with their thoughts or how, you might be able to help them. Social media is all about being social Absolutely. But you can still, as a business owner, sell like a human being and not sell like a 1970s car salesman. It still is possible to use social media to sell. And these 3 tips will hopefully allow you to think about that a little bit more strategically. So go and do the audit and then look at your content for the next month and see how you might be able to work in some of these tips and some of these strategies into your marketing strategy as well. Let me know in the Like-Minded Business Owners group how your audit went. I would really love to understand where, perhaps some of your roadblocks might be and where you might need help. Of course, if you do need help or maybe a nudge or some accountability, you will find it in that free Facebook group, Like-Minded Business Owners. If you haven't joined, just go to Facebook, search Like-Minded Business Owners and join up. I'd love to see you over there. I'd love to hear, as usual, any shifts in your marketing or business that you have from listening to this podcast every week. I love making these podcasts and I hope that you're finding it really valuable as well. But that's all for episode 143. If you're enjoying this podcast, then I would really love you to leave a rating and a review. It would warm my heart if you took 30 seconds out of your day after listening to this and left me a rating and a review. And of course, share it with another business owner who's doing that daily grind, who might actually appreciate some sales tips and tricks as well. Massive love going your way if, of course, you do one of those 2 things, or really massive love anyway, just for listening. I will be back next week, of course, for episode 144. But in the meantime, if we're not already connected on social, let's do that. You'll find me on Instagram at @JenDonovan_, Facebook, come into the Like-Minded Business Owners group, and of course, come over to LinkedIn. I really like hanging out on LinkedIn. And of course, you will find me at Jen Donovan over there. But whatever you do, my small business peeps, as my opening song says, remember, there's no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.